Right, hey, it's Space. Welcome to another YouTube video. Playing some video games today. Today, of course, we're playing some NBA 2K21, playing some MyTEAM, and playing it, no money spent. And now with 1 million MT. Did it in about a week, sniping and flipping cards. Shared with you the new MT balance on Twitter, and a look at the tactically downgraded squad. I'm going to talk about squad building in just a bit, and the best strategy to build up your MT balance. We'll cover both in today's vid. An important vid, too, as we continue our no money spent grind, playing no money spent since 2K16. Not following us on Twitter, here is where you can find us. There'll be a link to the Twitter account in the video description below. Make sure you give us a follow. Now, 1 million MT made in a week. How do we do it, and how can you do it? Learn to work the auction house. Yeah, sniping and flipping cards, still the fastest way to make MT if you're running MyTEAM. And if you're willing to put in the work, low-tier player cards, consumables, and collectibles, still the best and most consistent way to make MT. I'm going to show you how. It's all about keeping your auction house full. The best way to keep your auction house full is with what we like to call these low-tier snipes. Low-tier snipes do not require a lot of MT to get started, as we'll show you in today's vid. Now, a lot of cards we're sniping and flipping, you can find pretty easy for under 5,000 MT each, so not a huge investment required, so you're not tying up a lot of MT with your flips. And what you'll find is with these flips, the profit margins on them, they're pretty good. Much better than trying to snipe and flip higher tier cards, which is a market that's a lot more competitive. Now, you can find some really good snipes, but they are difficult to find. High tier snipe filters we're on days when new content is released. As your MT balance grows, you'll be able to continue to snipe and flip lower tier cards to fill up your auction house quickly. Filling up your auction house key, that means making it your goal to have an auction 50 items up at all times. It's the max number of cards you can post. Then watching your small profits add up to a large profit. Yes, it's a hustle, but the method, it works every season. And every season, right out of the gate, the best play to make as you start to build your MyTEAM lineup is to grind solos and work the auction house. I've been doing both, getting through the first two dominations and sniping and flipping cards in between games. Now, the smartest play you can make right now with your MT is to use it to make more MT until 2K starts releasing cards and packs that are better than the players that are in the token reward market and player reward cards that you can get from playing Domination and Triple Threat, both online and offline. Like this Amethyst Nick Van Exel that I got. It's a great card and worth grinding down for. And I just got that Diamond Rolando Blackman last night. I've yet to try this card out, but it looks promising. Free diamond. But also by finishing Historic Dom, I got 4 Ruby cards. All 4 are Evos that can be evolved into Amethyst with some work. Ruby Bob Dandridge, Larry Hughes, Jerome Kersey, and Kenyon Martin. Also the squad technically downgraded with mostly free reward cards. And I'm okay with it because the players in this squad I can run and compete with any MyTEAM game mode at the moment. Probably not the case as the season progresses. That's why it's important to be saving that MT here early. Now, low tier snipes, what cards are we sniping and targeting in auction at the moment? Called out in our last vid that you want to be following the season agenda goals for that reward XP. Now this page, it's updated daily, so you definitely want to be following it. Now off this page, what cards are we targeting? Going to do a quick walkthrough for today's vid. Talk about the cards, value in auction, and why they have increased value. Well, the gold current team Zubac. Yeah, there's a moment's challenge where you need to get 2 blocks with the card in a game. And the reward, 250 XP. And the card getting marked up too in the market at 6,000 MT starting, cheapest buy now. And Sapphire current team Kyle Lowry, also a moment's challenge for the card. You need to score 33 in a game with the card to get 300 XP. Now this card's selling for around 2,500 MT. Just beware for both moments challenges, they expire on Tuesday, but again, always watching for new moments challenges, and you'll find them always posted on the season agenda page. Now, as soon as new moments challenges drop, you'll see that the value of these cards will increase, sometimes 2 to 3 times more than what they were selling for previously. So is it worth speculating on cards? Maybe, if you're following the NBA bubble playoffs and you find that a role player on a squad is going off in a game. Might be a good idea to try and stay ahead of this, like playing the stock market to make some MT, putting some of these cards away to flip later. Now, for every new collection, 2K is also releasing challenges for XP for some of these cards from the collection. Now following this closely as well. There's 34 days left in the season, and the challenges for the XP stay posted for the entire season. The packs will eventually go away, so putting some of these cards away now to flip later might be the play. Me though, the way I play, sniping and flipping cards now to make MT, would rather take the MT now and then use it to continue to snipe and flip cards versus speculating on cards. Doesn't always pay off, but sometimes it can pay off big. Now what cards could you potentially speculate on? Look at Ruby playoff stopper Bill Walton. Can find this Ruby pretty easy for around 3,500 MT buy now. 50 rebounds across multiple games, rewards 400 XP. And again, you have until the end of season 1 to get this done. Also, Ruby playoff stopper Tony Allen, another card that might be worth putting some away now to sell later, as you can find this card pretty easy for around 3,000 MT. 15 steals across multiple games, rewards 300 XP. And again, this expires at the end of season 1. Now, higher tier cards worth looking at from the playoff stoppers collection, but these cards are pretty competitively priced. Our Amethyst Dennis Johnson. This card has a challenge where you need to run it across across multiple games for a total of 48 minutes for 500 XP. And this is a card you can find pretty easy in auction for around 20,000 MT. Amethyst Doug Christie, another 20k Amethyst from that collection. Christie, you need to get 2 steals and 2 threes in a game of Triple Threat Online for 750 XP. Diamond Playoff Stopper Ben Wallace did see this card's value increase this weekend with the limited event, which we'll talk about at the end of this video. This was a 90 to 100k buy now card, but this weekend it's bid only. But again, not selling for much more than 100,000 MT. And with Wallace, the XP reward is 1,000 points. I need to get 2 blocks and 10 boards in a game of Unlimited with the card. Now with the tip-off cards, we are seeing some of these cards continue to hold their value, and some have increased value in the auction house. The card that's gained the most value in auction is this Ruby tip-off Mike Bibby. This was a 5 to 6k card in auction. Right now, seeing it sell this weekend for around 15,000 MT. For Bibby, there's 3 different agenda goals that reward a total of 900 XP. Ruby Richard Lewis, this card selling for more, around 12,000 MT this weekend. This was like an 8 to 9k card last weekend. For Lewis, the XP reward is 1,300 points. Now, Sapphire Jeff Teague, this card you can find pretty easy last weekend for around 2,000 to 2,500 MT. This weekend selling for 4 to 5,000 MT. 3 agenda goals for the card that reward 900 XP total. Just setting up this video, I found one here for 3,000 MT, flipped it for 4,600 MT. Again, small profits adding up to a large profit. Emerald Peja selling for around 6 to 7,000 MT. Last weekend, this was an 8 to 9k card, so something to watch. Has dropped a little in value. 1,075 XP total that can be earned for 3 different agenda goals. Sapphire Wally Zerbiak. Have watched this card's value hold steady at around 4 to 5,000 MT. 975 XP that can be earned for 3 different agenda goals as well. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the value of these cards as Season 1 continues. We'll be getting new collections. These cards will become more rare to find. Now, that's not to say 2K won't release some sort of super pack collection as we get toward the end of Season 1 to help anyone that wants to spend some real money and get caught up on XP rewards. I could see that happening, but right now is the time if you want to buy these cards on the low, would definitely take advantage of it. Now, on Friday, we did get the new Clutch collection. 2 cards that have XP agenda goals are the new Sapphire Clutch Kawhi Leonard. This card you can find starting at around 3,000 MT. This card has 3 different agenda goals that reward a total of 975 XP. Ruby Rip Hamilton, cheapest buy nows on this card starting at around 4,000 MT. 3 different agenda goals that reward a total of 1,525 XP. And again, for both of these cards, season agenda goals are good through Season 1. Now, what we did was create a little cheat sheet for you to print off if you'd like to use it to help you track what cards you're sniping in the auction house, or to help you stay on track if you're chasing those rewards off that XP ladder. Find a link to the cheat sheet in the comments and video description below. Feel free to check it out. Now, right now, we're checking out some limited gameplay. Yeah, love the exclusive weekend events. The second weekend event, and we did notice improved rewards after wins versus last weekend's extremely weak rewards. Yeah, they weren't good, not even covering contract costs for a game. But to be honest, this weekend's lineup restrictions for the event, they were terrible. We really questioned the thought process that went into creating this weekend's lineup restrictions and wondered if that person actually played the MyTEAM game mode. Yeah, what were the lineup restrictions? No free agent cards, that was good. It'd be nice if they could make this a restriction for Triple Threat Online, getting kind of ridiculous running into these cards. But the killer restriction was that all players must have a 70 or lower 3-point shot rating. So what does that mean? For quality of gameplay, it's not good. You're going up against opponents that are going to be camping in 2-3 zones, and then left to attempt to attack those zones with slashers and big post-up players and hoping to get blessed with bailouts. And of course, pushing transition, trying to get those quick buckets before your opponent can get their defenders back and get set up in their half-court defense. And it meant making sure you were really wanting to take that open shot, because a miss would often mean a quick full-court chuck outlet down the court to get that quick transition bucket. And if you were unable to get a good look inside the paint for a bucket, it was honestly just best to let the shot clock expire so you could at least get your defense back and be ready to defend the next possession. Let's run through one of the games. Party Pete's starting 5 running Ruby Gus, an Amethyst Clutch MJ and Sapphire Kawhi, an Amethyst Giannis at the 4, and Ruby Rick at the 5. Opponent in it to win it with 200,000 MT tied up into a Diamond Ben Wallace and Hakeem Olajuwon, and then has some quality budget cards in a Ruby Tony Allen and Sapphire Ben Simmons. And then also running Ruby Gus, this card, seeing its value continue to rise 18 to 20k in auction for the speedy point guard. Let's check out some limited gameplay and get the game started with MJ here with the mid-range from the elbow. Yeah, off the back iron, but Rick Smith's there to clean up, gets the tip and bucket for Pete's first bucket of the game. Got MJ here on the attack, getting past some aggressive defense from Diamond Ben Wallace and gets the two-handed jam. Here's Hakeem posting a brick. We'll bring Giannis over with some help, leaving Wallace open. And a nice pass from Hakeem to set up Wallace for the easy bucket in the paint. You're trying to get a feel for this new new Amethyst Clutch MJ. 70 to 80K in auction here this first weekend of release. And here on the attack, driving down the middle of the lane, gets the bucket to drop over 2 defenders. And Giannis swinging the ball to MJ on the perimeter. And then again on the attack, driving middle with Wallace on his hip, throws it down. Yeah, gets the foul. Yeah, Amethyst MJ making some highlight plays here early in the first quarter. Defense making plays. Karl Malone in the low post. Kawhi with the help. Gets the block. Smits the outlet to MJ. And MJ on the attack, continuing to finish. Here absorbing the contact and taking an 8-point lead early. Smits here getting a hand up. Gets the pass deflection, the steal. And then calls for the basket cut from MJ. Yeah, with 2 defenders in the paint, gets the layup to drop. Yeah, MJ would close out the quarter with 15 points. Jump ahead though to the second quarter. An opponent would go on a run. Ben Wallace here getting the layup to drop over a Sapphire Zion Williamson. Then in transition, the cross-court pass to Dominic Hakeem would get the bucket to drop over the 6'6" Zion. More Dominic Hakeem in the low post. This bucket would shrink the lead to 5. And it's Sapphire Jamal Wilkes getting the layup to drop in the paint to cut the lead to just 1 with about a minute left here in the first half. Yeah, Pete was cruising, but that comfortable lead gone. But would this be a spark for the team? Possible. Check it out. The free throw line dunk animation from Clutch Amethyst MJ. Jump ahead to the second half, third quarter, and simply put, it was ugly. No outside scoring, just trading buckets in the paint. Now, fourth quarter and only a 1-point lead and some drama. It's Ruby Gus making some plays on defense. Picking off the pass, the long outlet to MJ in transition, and gets the green light and 1. There's a huge play to get the quarter started. Sapphire Maurice Cheeks here gets the bump on defense. Sapphire Jimmy Butler there to recover the loose ball. The outlet to MJ, and MJ in transition, the quick bucket to build the lead to 6. But opponent battling back with Hakeem here in the low post, gets the mismatch and gets the drop step animation over Amethyst MJ. And the sweat required for these championship rings, it's unreal. Sapphire Zion here getting the foul, but then from the free throw line would proceed to miss not one, but both foul attempts. To keep the game interesting. Now 2 minutes left and a 2-point lead, and it's Zion redeeming himself here with the baseline cut and Lob City finish. And just under 30 seconds left to play in a 4-point lead, and showcasing what the limited game restrictions created. A lot of this battling for buckets in the paint. Here it's Hakeem finally on his 3rd attempt, gets the green light layup to cut the lead to just a bucket, then would apply some full court pressure. But MJ handles it perfectly, even with the defensive lock. Ruby Tony Allen with the defensive assignment. With the shot clock turned off, yeah, he's gonna have to foul. Now, MJ from the free throw line, a little better than Zion from earlier, would knock down both from the charity stripe, and that would pretty much seal the win. An outside shot from behind the 3-point arc, yeah, good luck with that. MJ recovers the ball, and that would be ball game. Super sweaty limited run, one of many to secure that championship ring, which Party Pete got after about maybe 10 games or so. And that's part of the new fun of my team this season. I love the weekend events, but let's try making future restrictions more about just balancing the gameplay versus limiting it. Now, that's all we've got for you today. Likes greatly appreciated as we continue with our no money spent grind for 2K21. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Only the best tips and tricks on how to play my team, no money spent. For Party Pete, this is Space. We're out.